Hello everybody, today we are going to have our Springboard class, okay? So make sure you have the correct books out, okay? So make sure you have the Springboard, right? It says big welcome, right? Plus for pupils book. So we call this the PP, okay? This is PP. For today we are going to do page 6 and page 7, right? Page 6 and page 7. On page 6 we have one listening exercise on part 1 and then another listening exercise on part 2. This is reading and writing, right? And then for part 3, we have to read the conversation they're having in the story and then match the answers together, okay? Alright, so 3 parts for this one. 2 listening and 2 reading and writing, okay? And then for page 7, we have the comparison, right? Superlative and comparative adjectives. Remember we learned them last time, right? So ER and then the word than, and then EST, right? And then remember, if there is CVC, you put another C, right? Another letter G, right? And then change Y to I and then add EST, right? And then we have, this is 4, 5 is another part of this one, right? You try to compare. 6 is reading and writing, or reading and answering the questions. 7, right? We will try to discuss later together. All right, so let's start with part 1 on page 6, okay? So part 1 on page 6, we have how many? We have 8 pictures, right? 8 pictures. And I don't have the time to draw the pictures, so I just wrote down the words, okay? These are the same words. So let's start with the first one, okay? The first one. This is panda. Okay, let's try to read together. 1, 2, 3. Panda. All right, good. And this is forest. Forest. All right. So this is one picture, right? So the animal is on top, the word animal is on top, and where they live is on the bottom, right? So the panda lives in the forest. Good. All right, so the next picture we have the fastest animal. The fastest animal. Okay? This is the cheetah. All right, cheetah. All right, be careful how you pronounce it, right? It sounds like the word cheater, but it's not cheater, it's cheetah. Cheetah. All right, good. And look where the cheetah lives. It lives in the grassland. Okay, grassland. Right? Lots of grass there, right? In the grassland. Okay, and then the next animal is quite scary, right? A very long snake. This long snake is called a python. Python. All right, a python. And where do pythons live? Can you tell me from the picture? Right, where do they live? Pythons? In the jungle, okay? Jungle. Now the forest has a lot of trees too, right? And the jungle also has lots of trees. But the difference in the jungle, it is warmer, right? Warmer, and lots of flowers and many different kinds of animals. And then we have the whale, okay? Whale. Don't forget, whale has a letter H inside, right? W-H-A-L-E, whale. And the whale lives in the sea, right? Or the ocean, in the sea. All right, so you can see here in these 4 photos, panda, cheetah, python, and whale. These are all the animals, right? And then forest, grassland, jungle, and sea. These are where all the animals live, right? Corresponding. Panda lives in the forest, cheetah lives in the grassland, python lives in the jungle, and the whale lives in the sea, all right? What about this special, very cute, small animal? How do we call this animal? Right, this is a turtle, okay, a turtle. And a turtle can live in the forest too. Some kinds of turtles or tortoises, right, they can live on grasslands as well. And many turtles can be found in the jungle as well. And especially the turtles that can swim in the sea, right? So turtles are very special. They can be found in these places. Right? That's so cute. And then look at this special picture over here. This is the world, right? Over here, the world. And this world is a planet, right? Which planet do you think this is? Do you know what planets are? Right, these are the ones we can see outer space, right? But this one is a special one. How come it's special? Maybe you can see yourself there, right? You can say hello, right? You live over here. This is the Earth. And then the color pink ones are countries, right? Countries. So in the world, there are many different countries, right? Maybe we can see Hong Kong if we look very, very closely, Right, Hong Kong should be somewhere over there. Okay? Alright, now let's move on to this one. These are bamboo, right? Bamboos, okay? So bamboos are kinds of trees. They're very skinny, as you can see. You can also look over here, right? Those are bamboo trees. The panda is eating a bamboo. And also bamboos have lots of leaves, okay? Now, if you want to talk about one, you say leaf. Leaf for one. Leaves for many, okay? We will talk about that later. And then we have two animals here, right? Two animals. One is slower than the other. Which one is the slower one? The slower animal is the snail, and the rabbit is the faster, right? So amongst the two, the rabbit is the fastest, right? And the snail is the slowest. All right? Okay, so now that we know how to read these, okay, I want you guys to listen to the recording and also read along, okay? After the recording, say it once, and then you read it once as well, okay? All right, so are you ready? All right, I want you to read it again. Where did it go? Okay, so I'll play it once and read along, okay? I'll start now.
Unit 1, Lesson 2. Cows are fatter than goats. Exercise 1, page 6. Listen and repeat.
Forest.
Forest.
Panda.
Panda.
Grassland.
Grassland.
Cheetah.
Cheetah.
Jungle.
Jungle.
Python.
Python.
Sea.
Sea.
Whale.
Whale.
Turtle.
Turtle.
World.
World.
Country.
Country.
Bamboo.
Bamboo.
Leaf.
Leaf.
Slow.
Slow. Alright, very well. Okay, so let's move on to the second part now. Alright, so everyone, we're going to do the listening exercise, alright? So listen and read, okay? So first we will listen for part 2, and then we will do reading for part 3, okay? So which parts are we doing? This one, right? Part 2, right? So while you are listening, you can look at the pictures, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And also you can read, okay? You can read quietly while listening. Alright, and then for part 3, we will read again, and then we will answer the questions, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and 4, we can see in picture 1, there is a panda, right, sitting under the bamboo tree. And the kids are trying to see or look at the panda. And we can see one boy has binoculars. Binoculars are like telescopes, but very small and have 2 holes for the eyes, right? And in picture 2, we can see Masid, or the genie, right? He is using the binoculars and he's pointing at the panda. He says, look at the panda. And inside the binoculars, we can see on picture 3, Crystal, pay attention. On picture 3, the panda is eating something, right? Eating leaves of the bamboo. And lastly, on picture 4, we can see something happen to Masid's eye, right? Masid is the genie. What happened to Masid's eye? It got color, it became black, right? Color black. Why do you think it became black? Maybe because the binoculars were dirty, right? Very dirty. Alright, so now let's listen to the recording, and then we will read, right, after that, and answer the questions together in part 3. Alright, please make yourselves ready. Okay, I will play it once.
Exercise 2, page 6. Listen and read.
Where are we?
We're in a park in China. It's one of the biggest countries in the world.
Oh, look! There's a panda! It's very beautiful.
Pandas are very special animals. There aren't many pandas in the world.
What do they eat?
They eat leaves and bamboo. Look! This panda is having lunch.
How long do pandas live?
They usually live for 15 years. This one is 18 years old. Oh, it's the oldest panda in the park. Well, children, am I the cleverest man in the world?
Homer, Sid, you're the funniest man in the world.
Right, he's the funniest man because his eyes, right? Now, with the black eyes, he looks like a... What does...
Panda.
Yeah, he also looks like a panda, right? So he's funny. Alright, so now let's move on to part 3, okay? Part 3 is over here, reading exercise, right? So for question number 1, the children are A, leaves and bamboo, B, the funniest man in the world, C, in a park in China, or D, 15 years. So it should be C, right? The children are in a park in China. So they gave you one example, right? 1C. We can find the answer from picture number 1, the words on picture number 1, right? Over here. Where are we? We are in a park in China. So in a park in China. Alright? Now let's go to question number 2. Let's read the question number 2 together. Pandas eat, is it A, leaves and bamboo, B, the funniest man in the world, or D, 15 years? So what do pandas eat? You can find the answer in picture 2. Write the words on picture 2. So what's the answer? A, B, C, or D? Or A, B, or D? Pandas
A.
eat, very good, A, leaves and bamboo, right? Leaves and bamboo. So 2A. Alright, draw the lines. Alright, question number 3. Pandas usually live for B, the funniest man in the world, or D, 15 years. How long? D, 15 years, right? And lastly, number 4, Macid is the funniest man in the world. Macid is the genie that they're with, right? The guy with the green hat and a gold earring. Alright, so check your answers, please. Number 1 is an example, right? So number 2 is pandas eat leaves and bamboo. Number 3 is pandas usually live for 15 years. And number 4, Macid is the funniest man in the world, okay? Alright, so moving on to page 7, right? So on page 7, before we do the exercise, right? Page 7, before we do the exercise, let's go to over here, okay? The grammar revision. Where can you find the grammar revision? Over here. You see the girl teacher, right? The teacher over here and the blackboard, right? We'll pay attention to this one. Alright, so last time we learned about comparative and superlative, right? So these are called verbs. Adjective. Long, old, fast, big, and heavy, right? These are called adjectives. Pay attention, Crystal. Alright, so adjectives are used to talk about something, describe something. Pay attention here. Right? So someone is long, right? For example, let me show you this one, okay? So they are both long, right? The spray bottle and the pen, they're both long. But only one thing is longer. Right?
I see it.
Right? The red pen is longer than the spray bottle, right? The red pen is longer than the spray bottle. You see? Longer than this. And then if we have maybe this one, right? We have 3 things. Spray bottle, red pen, and remote control. Now this is 3 things, right? So we know that the remote control is longer than the red pen, and the red pen is longer than the spray bottle. Which one is the longest? Crystal, pay attention. Which one is the longest? Longest is the most, right? The most. So which is the longest? The spray bottle,
No.
the red pen,
No.
or the remote control?
Remote control.
Right, so what should we say for the remote control? The remote control is the
Longest.
longest, right? And then here, of only 2, the red pen is longer than the spray bottle. Or you can say the remote control is longer than the red pen, alright? 2 things, and then here, 3 or more things. 2 things, 3 or more things, right? Comparative and superlative, okay? So we have other examples. Old, okay? For example, Mr. Joe is old, right? But Mr. Joe is older than the student. But you can tell me your grandma and grandpa are older than me, right? So, older than Mr. Joe. So you can say, my grandma and grandpa are the oldest, right? They are the oldest. And then think of the word fast, right? We have a snail or maybe a turtle, right? A turtle and a cat. Which one is fast? Turtle or a cat? Which one is fast? A cat, right? So a cat is faster than a turtle. Now we have three animals. A turtle, a cat, and a cheetah. Right? A cheetah live in the jungle. Or in the grassland. What do you think is the fastest? The turtle, the cat, or the cheetah? Which is the fastest? Right, the cheetah. So you can say the turtle is fast, but the cat is faster than the turtle. And then the cheetah is the fastest one, right? Because it's faster than the turtle, faster than the turtle and the cat. So the cheetah is the fastest. All right. So for comparative adjective, er, right? Er ending and then the word than. Okay. So for comparative, you put er. So ending in er. And then you don't forget the word then. Okay? And then for superlative adjective, we will have the word the. Don't forget the word the. And then ending in est. But don't forget, er comes first and then comes after er. The comes first and then est comes after the. Okay? In comparative, this one is superlative. Okay? Two things or two animals, this one is three or more. Okay? Alright, do you have any questions? No? Alright, good. Alright, now let's move on to big and heavy, okay? So we can see I wrote down some words, some letters here, C, V, and C. C means not vowel, okay? Not A, E, I, O, U. V means vowel. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So when we have a C, V, and C, when we have a C, V, and C, like big, right? It will become bigger than. How to spell bigger than? Right, we have C, V, and C. We have to put another C. Which C should we put?
G.
Another G, right? Another G. And then put ER. Don't forget the word than. Okay? So, for example, let's talk about this one. Okay? My water bottle and my red pen again, right? This red pen is big. This red pen is big. But this water bottle is bigger than the red pen. Bigger than the red pen, right? And then I will maybe put again this piece of paper, right? This piece of paper, this red pen, and my water bottle. Which one is the biggest?
Water bottle.
Right, the water bottle is the biggest, right? The biggest. Now, if in comparative form, again, CVC, you need to put another G and then ER. Again, we have CVC. Right, CVC again, so we need to put another C. And what C should that be? Letter what? What C should we put? Because we have CVC. We should put letter what? Crystal, what should we put here? Letter what? Letter G, right? Because you copy the other C from here. Now let's look at the word fat.
F-A-T-T.
Right, so this is C, vowel, right? A, B, C, A, E, I, O, U, and then another C.
T.
So we need to put another C. What C should we put?
T.
T, right?
ER.
Fatter, and then ER. And then don't forget the word than. Fatter than. And then this one, same thing. So F-A-T, another C, right? So T-E-S-T. Fattest. You put the word the in at the back, alright? The fattest. Alright, now let's go to the word heavy. Heavy. H-E-A-V-Y. H-E-A-V-Y. Let's try to look at the how to write the word, right? So we have H, not a vowel. So we write C. E is a vowel, so we write V. A is a vowel, so we write V. C is not a vowel, right? So we write C. And then we have special endings. Special ending in Y. H-E-A-V-Y. So C-V-V-C-Y. Do we need to put another C here? No need, right? So how do we change heavy to heavier than? Alright, how do we change heavy to heavier than? Very easy. Before we put ER, we have to change the Y to I, okay? So change the Y to I, right? Change Y to I. So H-E-A-V, change Y to I, and then put ER, and then the word than, okay? Remember, change Y to I, and then add ER. Alright, so this is heavier than. How do we change it into the superlative form? The heaviest, right? Don't forget the word the, right? Same thing. The, and then heavy. H-E-A-V. Remember, change the Y to I. Change the Y to I. So H-E-A-V-I, and then you put E-S-T, right? Heaviest. Alright, so again, right? So the words long, old, and fast. Nothing special, right? No CVC. So no need to add another C. So just say longer than, the longest. Old. Older than, the oldest. Fast. Faster than, the fastest. Alright? And then here we have CVC. So A-I-O-U, right? V. Another C. Crystal, keep quiet. We have to put another C, so G, right? So B-I-G-G-E-R, bigger than. The biggest, B-I-G-G-E-S-T. Ending in Y. Ending in Y, we change to I, so I-E-R. Heavier than, the heaviest. Change Y to I, okay? Alright, so now let's go up. Alright, so let's go up here. Alright, let's go up here. We have words, okay? So we will use superlative. Superlative is the EST form, right? So we have Massid on the side, right? Massid on the side, he's saying, it's the oldest panda in the park. So we have the word old. He used old to make oldest. Old to make oldest, alright? Oh, this is the wrong one. Where did I go? Oh, this one, sorry. Over here. Sorry, let's go here. Alright, so old, oldest. What about the word tall, okay? The giraffe, alright? So we have the giraffe in picture 2. Now I want to say that the giraffe is the most tall in the park. So how do I say that the most tall in the park? We use the word tall. So the giraffe is the tall what? Taller or tallest?
Tallest.
Right, the giraffe is the tallest in the park. It's the giraffe that's tallest in the park. What about number 3? Big. And then we have elephant. Alright, big, and then we have elephant. Look at big, right? We have C, V, and C. Right, so what about the elephant? The elephant is the biggest in the park. Very good. You have to put another G for biggest, right? Alright, so what about number 4? Old, right? Another old. The turtle is the oldest in the ocean, maybe, right? Oldest in the ocean. Alright, what about number 5? Fast. The cheetah, not cheater, okay? Cheetah. Alright, Crystal, can you say with me? Cheetah.
Cheetah.
Good. The cheetah is the fastest. The fastest in the park. What about long? Let's talk about what animal this is. The python, right? Python is a kind of snake. So can Crystal maybe make the whole sentence for us? The python is
the longest in the park.
Very good. The python is the longest. Don't forget the, okay? Don't forget the.
This is
the longest.
It's fastest.
Oh, sorry. Number 6, right? I said longest. Longest in the park. Number 6. The python is the longest, right? Longest. The longest. Don't forget the, alright? Alright, moving on. Moving on. We'll do circle the correct answers, okay?
I'm done.
Or, oh, you finished already?
Yeah.
Or let's go here then. Number 5. Let's do the more practice together. Okay, more
What is
practice.
this?
Practice, alright? So on number 5, we have the pictures, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 3 animals in each picture. 3 animals, okay? And then we have to use the word fast, big, fat, small, and slow. So the example for number 1 is, right? We have the cheetah, the lion, and the cat. Which one is the fastest?
Cheetah.
Right, so the answer is the cheetah is the fastest of the 3. Of the 3 means the 3 animals we can find, right? So what about the second one? Big. We have whale, dolphin, and crocodile. What's the biggest?
Whale.
Which one?
Whale.
Whale. Okay, so how do we make the sentence? The
Whale.
whale
Is bigger.
is the
Is the biggest.
of the
the
3. Don't forget the biggest, okay? What about number 3? Number 3, we have a hippo, a giraffe, and a lion, and the word is fat. Hippo, lion, and giraffe, and the word is fat. Who is the fattest? Who is the fattest? Hippo, lion, or giraffe? Hippo, lion, or giraffe? The hippo, right? The hippo is the fattest. So how do you write the sentence? The hippo is the fattest of the 3. Okay? The hippo is the fattest of the 3. Now let's continue to picture number 4. We have a sheep, a mouse, and a rabbit. A mouse and a rabbit.
Mouse.
Right, the mouse is the smallest. So how do we say the sentence? The
Mouse is the
smallest of
3.
of the 3. Now, smaller is different, right? Smallest means the most or the best small, okay? Number 5, slow. We have different animals. We have a snail, a python, and a lizard. Which one is the slowest? Right, so how do we say the sentence for the slow snail?
The snail is
the slowest of the 3. Alright, so number 2, the whale is the biggest of the 3. Number 3, the hippo is the fattest of the 3. Number 4, the mouse is the smallest of the 3. And number 5, the snail is the slowest of the 3. Okay? Alright, so now we'll do circle the correct answers on part 6, okay? So for question number 1, which is the biggest? Which is the biggest? Is it a whale, an elephant, or a hippo? Which is the biggest? A whale, an elephant, or a hippo? It's a whale, right? A whale is the biggest. Whale is the biggest. Alright, what about question number 2? Which is the longest? A lizard, a crocodile, or a python? Which one can be the most, right? The longest. A lizard, a crocodile, or a python? A python is a snake. Right, it's the python, right? Snakes can grow very, 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 very long. So we know that snakes are the longest animals, right? Snakes are the longest. Alright, question number 3. Which is the fastest? A lion, B, a cheetah, or C, a tiger?
Cheetah.
Right, we already talked about this in the last lesson, right? So it should be B, a cheetah. B, a cheetah. Cheetahs are the fastest animals on land, right? Okay, question number 4. Which is the smallest? A spider, B, a duck, or C, a mouse?
A.
Right, spiders are very small, right? Sometimes you cannot see a spider. Very small.
I can see the spider.
Okay, that's good for you. Alright, number 5. Which is the tallest? A horse, B, a giraffe, or C, a zebra or a zebra? Which is taller?
Giraffe.
Right, B, right? B, a giraffe, because they have such long necks. They have such long necks. Necks, okay? Alright. Alright, so for part 7, we can just read from our book, okay? No need to listen, okay? Read from our book. Alright, so for part 7, the questions are, where do pandas live? Where do pandas live? They live in or in the how do you read this word? Forest. Very good. Pandas live in the forest, okay? How long do pandas live? How long do pandas live? They live for 15 years, okay? So now let's start to copy that with the turtles, okay? The turtles. Where do turtles live? They live in the...
90.
They live in the... Where?
Sea.
Where? Right, in the sea. How long do turtles live? They live for 90
Yes.
years. Very good. They usually live for 90 years. What about pythons? Where do pythons live? They live in the jungle. They live in the jungle. How long do pythons live for? They usually live for 25 years. All right. What about the whales? Where do whales live? They live in the
Sea.
They live in the sea. And how long do whales live? They usually live for
100 years.
wow, 100 years, right? So they can be the oldest. All right, question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where do these are what? These are cheetahs. Sorry. Where do cheetahs live? Where do cheetahs live? Cheetahs.
Grassland.
Right, they live in the grassland. They live in the grassland. How long do cheetahs live? They usually live for 12 years. Okay, so amongst the animals, pandas, turtles, pythons, whales, and cheetahs, who lives the longest? Who lives the longest?
Whale.
Whales, right? They can live up to 100 years old. Wow, very, very long, right?
Turtles can
Live for
in
90.
100 years too.
Yeah, some turtles can live to up to 100 or more years too, right? All right, very good. Now let's go to our workbook, okay? Workbook, please, everyone. Workbook. All right, so workbook page 3. Workbook page 3. All right, page 3, part 5. We have a picture of a family, and they have their names, okay? But their names can be maybe a little bit blurry. All right. So the first one, all right. I want you to write their names on top of their heads, okay? So Miss Crystal, write their names on top of their heads, okay? The first one is William. W-I. This one, the old man, right? His name is William. W-I-L-L-I-A-M. William. W-I-L-L-I-A-M. William. The next one is Bertha. Bertha. The big lady, right? B-E-R-T-H-A. Very good, Bertha. Next one is Ben. The man. Oh, sorry. The baby. The baby. Sorry.
Emma.
The baby is Emma. Can you see it, right? If you can, if you can see it, no need to write down. Right, the next one is Ben, right? Ben, B-E-N, the man in orange shirt. If you can see it, no need to write it down. If you cannot, write it down. Ben. And then the little boy with the blue shirt or blue pajamas is Jack. J-A-C-K, Jack. If you cannot write down the name, if you cannot see the name, write down the name. Lastly, the tall, skinny girl is Susan, S-U-S-A-N, if you cannot see the name. S-U-S-A-N, Susan. All right. Okay, so this part is the same as our whiteboard over here, right? So we have the word old, and the example already has done for you. You have to write down the question. Who's the oldest? And then answer your own question. William's the oldest. Now, apostrophe S, right? Apostrophe S means is. Alright? Apostrophe S means is. So, Who's the oldest means who is the oldest. William's the oldest means William is the oldest. Okay? Now we have to use the word young. Ask the question about young. Right? So we have to copy a little bit, right? We start with whose. Right? Crystal, pay attention. We start with whose, right? So we copy it here too. We say whose. And then we have the. Then since we use the word old, right? We said they told us to use the word old, so we have oldest here. Should we write oldest again here if they give us young? No, right? So we should change old to youngest. So who is the young guest? Okay? That's your question. Who's the youngest? And then you copy the answer, right? So the question here is, who is the oldest? So William is the oldest. What about in the question 2? The picture, question 2. Who is the youngest? Who is the youngest?
Emma.
Emma, right? Because Emma is a baby. So your answer should be Emma, E-M-M-A, apostrophe S. Apostrophe S means is. Emma's, T-H-E, copyright, the youngest. Full stop. You see, you just copy, right? And then you change whose to the answer. Emma's the youngest. Alright, what about question number 3? We use the word thin. Alright, so again, just copy the start of the question. Whose? And then we always need the, right? Who's the? The word is thin. How do we spell thin? Thinnest. TH is one C. I is a V and N is a C. So it's CVC. That means we need to add another C, right? So who's the CVC? We need to add another C. And then EST. So who's the thinnest? Right? So who's the thinnest in the picture? Is it Bertha? No, Bertha is fat, right? Is it Susan? Yes, very good. So we changed the whose to Susan, right? So Susan, apostrophe S, remember, it means S. So Susan's, or Susan is, copy the question, right? The THINNEST, okay? Susan's the thinnest. Alright, so for question number 4, I will let you do it by yourself. I'll give you 1 minute, right? Very easy. The word is fat. And then make the question, and then answer the question you made. Alright? 1 minute starts now.
This on.
Yeah, kind of. I'm just checking. Right, 10 seconds. Do it later. Alright, so let's check the answers together, okay? So the word is fat, okay? Again, simple, just copy the question, right? So whose? This is O, okay? O. The, and then fat, we have C, V, and C. So we have C, V, and C. We need to put another C, right? So T, and then E, S, T. Who is the fattest? Who's the fattest? And then change the word whose to the answer, right? So who's the fattest in the photo? Is it Ben? Is it William? No, right? It's Bertha. So Bertha, B-E-R-T-H-A. Don't forget apostrophe S. Bertha's the F-A-T, another T-E-S-T. Bertha's the fattest. Okay. Alright, so check your answers please. Number 2, it should be who's the youngest? Emma's the youngest. Number 3, who is the thinnest? Susan's the thinnest. Thin with 2 N, right? Number 4, who's the fattest? Bertha's the fattest. Fattest with 2 T's. Alright, question number 6. Let's go to question number 6, alright? Question number 6, we have 4 animals, right? Those 4 animals, I wrote down their names instead of the pictures. Picture number 1 are cows. Picture number 3 are pandas. 2 are pandas, 3 are whales, and 4 are monkeys, alright? And then we have to match what they eat, where they live and what they eat. Where they live and what they eat. So, for example, right, they've done one for you. The cows live in a farm and they eat grass. The cows live in a farm and they eat grass. Alright, what about the pandas? Number 2, pandas. Where do pandas live? In the sea, in the jungle, or in the forest? In the sea, in the jungle, or in the forest? Where do you think pandas live? In the
Forest.
forest, right? They live in the forest. Pandas live in the forest and they eat bananas and they eat small shellfish.
Bamboo.
And they eat, okay, very good, grass and bamboos. Leaves and bamboos, right? They eat leaves and bamboos. What about question number 3, whales? Where do whales live? In the sea or in the jungle?
Sea.
Right, the whales live in the sea. Why is one not written down? Okay, so in the sea.
Small
And what do
sea.
they eat in the sea?
Small
Bananas or small shellfish?
Fish.
Right, small shellfish, right? The sea and small shellfish. Lastly, monkeys. Where do they live? In the jungle, right?
Eat bananas.
And they love to eat bananas, right? They love to eat bananas, okay? So this is your answer, right? Like a 2 cross making a diamond inside and then 2 crosses, right? Okay? Right. The cow lives on the farm and eats grass. The panda lives in the forest and eats leaves and bamboos. The whale lives in the ocean but eats small shellfish. And the monkeys live in the jungle and eat bananas. Okay, very well. Now let's move on to the next part, alright? Part 2, 3, and 4. We will do here 2, 3, and up there 4. Alright, now we are just making the questions. You can follow the example on part 1. Where do cows live? They live on a farm. What do they eat? They eat grass. So what should be the question for A, B, about pandas? It should be where? Where do pandas live? Question mark. Where do pandas live? Question mark, right? So you just copy the question from part A, except you change cows to panda. And then the answer should be they live in where? Where do they live, pandas? In the
forest.
Right, in the forest. They live in the forest. Next question, what do they eat, right? What do they eat? I'm sorry if it's too small. What do eat? What do they eat? And then you answer the question, what do they eat? They eat, what do they eat? Leaves and bamboo, right? Leaves, L-E-V-E-S, and bamboo. They eat leaves and bamboo. Oh, sorry, this two should not be questions, right? Should we just be full stop, even this one? Full stop, Full stop. Okay. Alright, so I'll give you 30 more seconds to finish that one. Where do pandas live? A. B. They live in the forest. A. What do they eat? B. They eat leaves and bamboos.
Well.
Alright, so for question number 3, right, we refer to over here. Question number 3 is whales. So same question, right, for A. Where do whales live? And then you answer this by yourself. So you answer by yourself. Very easy. How? Always start the answer the same, right? They live in... You write down where they live in. You already have the answer here, right? Okay, what about the last question? What do they eat? What do they eat? Okay, and then you answer the question with they eat. What do they eat? Right? You put the answer down here. What do they eat? They eat something. Again, you have the answers up here. Alright, so it should be where do whales live? They live in the sea. Okay. What do they eat? They eat, the answer already here, right? Whales, the sea, small shellfish. Small shellfish.
Monkey.
Alright, so question number 4 up here. Monkey. So where oops, should be MONKEYS. Don't forget the S. Where do monkeys live? Where do monkeys live? And then, of course, we have the answer already, right? They live in where? In the jungle, right? So THE, they live LIVE in JUNGLE. They live in the jungle. JUNGLE. Alright, the last question that they have is what do they eat? What do they eat? This is a question. Yeah, what do they eat? And then you answer with they eat. What do they eat in the jungle? Bananas, right? They eat bananas. They eat bananas. Alright, what time is it now? Alright, they eat bananas.
Okay. This one just
together. We put them together. Alright, good. Alright, so, right, we have the answers already. Where do monkeys live? They live in the jungle. What do they eat? They eat bananas, okay? Alright, now let's go on to the listening part. Please take out your color pencils, everyone. You don't have color pencils?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so everyone at home, take out your color pencils. Color pencils. Alright. How much time do we have left? Around 15, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's do the listening, okay? So over here we have a picture and we have to color some things. Color some things, right? Color some things, okay?
Yellow.
So we have some ducks, some snail, some snake, some turtles, and a man, right? So listen and color what they tell you to color, okay? I will play it only once and we will check the answers together. Alright, so are you ready? Take up your color pencils. I'll play it once now.
Can I?
Welcome plus
Yes?
Wait, can I?
No, you have to listen first and color, okay?
4. Workbook.
Okay.
Unit 1. Cows are fatter than goats. Exercise 7, page 7. Listen and colour.
Look at the picture. Now, listen and colour.
Look at the duck. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see the duck.
Well, colour the duck yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
Now, find the python.
Okay. What color is the python?
Colour the python green.
Green.
Yes, the python is green.
All right.
Look at the snail. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see the snail.
Well, colour it orange.
Orange? Okay.
Now, find the turtle.
The turtle?
Yes. Colour the turtle purple.
A purple turtle? Oh, that's easy.
How come you know the colors before you listen? Did you see my book?
No. I see the
okay. Alright, everyone. Okay, so let's look at the, where are we? Over here, right? Let's look at the picture that I have, right? These are the answers, okay? So they said to color the duck yellow, so your duck should be yellow, right? And then color the python green. The python is a snake, right? So color the python green. And then they said color the snail orange. And there's one snail behind the python. It should be orange. And lastly, the turtle is purple. A purple turtle, right? It rhymes, so the purple turtle is over there. Now let's look again at the picture, read the questions, and then answer 1 to 5, okay? Alright, so question number 1. The duck is yellow. That has been done as an example, and it is true. So we wrote down yes, right? What about for question number 2? The python is green. The python is green. Is it green?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, the snail, question number 3, the snail is brown. The snail is brown.
No.
No, right? The snail is orange in color. The snail is orange. Question number 4, the snail is under the table.
No.
No, the snail is on the table. Question number 5. The turtle is purple.
Yes.
Yes, we have a purple turtle. Yes, it rhymes, right? Purple turtle. All right, for question number, part 8, right? Questions number 1 to 6, we have to underline the correct phrases. So for question number 1, pandas live in a forest or live on a farm?
Forest.
Right, so we should underline in a forest, live in a forest. Question number 2, they is black and white or they are black and white? They what? They is or are? Wait, what about Crystal? Can you tell me they is or they are? They are black and white. Very good. Question number 3, they are very special animals or animal? Animals or animal? Crystal, what about you? They are very special animals or animal?
Animals.
Animals, because they, right? More than one. Alright, they are special animals because there are many pandas in the world or there aren't many pandas in the world. Are or aren't?
Aren't.
Aren't, right? Are not. There are not many pandas in the world. Thank you. Question number 5. They eat leaf and bamboo or they eat leaves and
Leaves.
bamboo? Right, leaves, right? More than one, not just leaf. Okay? Question number 6. They usually live for 15 years or 15 years?
15.
15 is correct, right? 15. No TH at the end. 15.
No.
15 years. Alright, so question B, part B, okay? Read again and answer the questions, okay? So question number 1, where do pandas live? Where do pandas live? They live in the forest, right? So pandas forest. Forest. Pandas live in the forest. Question number 2. What color are they? What color are pandas? They are... What color? Crystal, what color are pandas? What color are they? Can you tell me?
Yeah.
Right, they are black and white, right? Pandas are black and white. BLACKANDWHITE. Black and white. Alright, question number 4. What do pandas eat? Alright, we can find them so easily. The answer. So they eat. What do they eat? Please write down the answer. And then question number 4. How long do pandas live? So they usually USUALL live, and then 4. How many years? Alright, so I'll give you around 1 minute. 1 minute to finish that, okay? This is the last exercise for today.
Yes. YELS.
Alright, so question number 3, what do they eat? They eat... What do they eat? Leaves and bamboo, right? Leaves and bamboo. LEAVES and bamboo, right? And how long do they live for? They usually Usually means most of the time, right? Usually live for 15, F-I-F-T-E-E-N, right? 15 years, okay? Alright, so please check your answers, okay? Check your answers. Alright, everyone, okay? So this chapter, right? Cows are fatter than goats. We learned about the grammar parts, right? These are the adjectives. Comparative, two, right? Two things or two people or two animals. ER then, ER then, ER then. If it's CVC, we need to put another C. You take it from the old one. If it's ending in Y, we change Y to I and then add ER. Don't forget that ER always has the word than after it, right? After ER is than. And then superlative can mean only one, right? The best, or three, right? Comparing three or only talking about only one. So the longest, don't forget the comes before the adjective and then EST. Same as the CVC in comparative. If it's CVC, we need to put another C. We get the C from the old letter, so it's G, EST. Again, also change Y to I. So heavy becomes HEAVI, EST, heaviest. Never forget the word the heaviest, the biggest, the fastest, the oldest, the longest, okay? Again, comparative for two, and superlative for one or three more, okay? Alright, so today we've done workbook page 3 and 4, okay? Workbook page 3 and 4. Today there's no homework, okay? Today there's no homework. Alright, and then on our PP, our pupils book, we did page 6 and 7, right? Cows are fatter than goats, 6 and 7, right? So I want you to go back to page 5 at home and study the grammar, okay, with a teacher. I want you to study this one, okay? And then for next week we will do another part, okay? And we will do some writing, okay? So read this when you go home, okay? But don't do the pages, just read. So next week we know what to do. All right, everyone. So that is our second lesson for our Springboard, okay? Make sure you use the correct books, all right? So Springboard number 4, pupils book, and then Springboard workbook number 1 with the panda, all right? Okay, thank you very much, and I hope I see you again in the next lesson. Goodbye.